hardly any female characters.
Well, this is a good start. And it's pretty true that there aren't very many female characters in the original trilogy. But it means it's sexist. I mean, how dare a film written by a middle-aged man in the 1970s, how dare they not have fucking very many female characters? It's just wrong. This is gonna be good.
Now again, low on this list because this doesn't really hurt the films in any way.
I know, it doesn't hurt the films in any way, but I'm sure you're gonna pull out some bullshit reason to why you're butthurt about it. Feminazi cunt.
But for a franchise that's been described as a global phenomenon, it seems wrong that 50% of the world's population don't really have many characters of their own sex that they can identify with.
Yes, they do. They have Leia.
As through all of episodes 4, 5 and 6, the amount of female characters that have appeared in all 3 films amasses to, drumroll please, 1.
You're right, there's only one female character. Or main character. You see, that doesn't mean there's only one female character in the entire franchise. There are hundreds of side characters that get very minor roles or just in the background. You know that singing elephant chick? I think it was a chick. But I'm sure you're gonna pull out another reason.
I mean, there has been another 2 that appear in a single film each.
Called it.
But the roles are so minor I hardly count them. So that leaves Leia,
Called it.
who thank God is a cool character. Yeah, she was a princess that needed to be saved in the first movie, but she was never whiny about it. She was never like, ooh, save me, Luke, save me. No, she's tough, she's independent. We see her kick some ass in the sequels, and she most definitely plays an active role in the plot. She was smart, she didn't take any shit from her male counterparts, and was just all around likable without being over-sexualized. Well, maybe she was sexualized a little bit, but, we didn't complain.
You're right. She's tough, she's independent, and she's one of my favorite female characters in all of film history. However, your argument towards that she was sexualized is honestly quite refreshing. Most feminazis would call it bigoted and sexist. Thank you for this one. But I'm sure you're gonna pull out some more bullshit that will make me butthurt.
So I ask, with such a strong female character, why wasn't there more like her?
And this is where I'm gonna stop you. The main demographic of this is young male. And this is easily visible. In Roblox, the Star Wars genre is mainly made up of male, with little exceptions. So you can see why there are more male main characters than female.
I'm sure as hell the female fans of Star Wars would have appreciated it. You see, there's a way to determine if a film represents women well or not. It's called the Bechdel test.
You serious?
Ask 3 simple questions. 1. Are there at least 2 female characters? 2. Do they talk to each other? 3. About something other than a man. So you can apply that to Star Wars. Let's try it. Are there at least 2 female characters? Yes, there's 3. Headphone Hair, Dead Aunt, and Bothan Spy Lady. Do they talk to each other? No.
You serious?
But just for shits and giggles, let's do this with the prequel trilogy. Are there at least 2 female characters? Well, there's Padme, there were 2 of her decoys which got lines of dialogue, there was her successor to the throne, there was that old lady that knew Anakin, there was Not So Dead Aunt, there was a couple of girls in that annoying group of kids, there was that female bounty hunter Zam Wesell, there was that weird alien threat, so they passed. Well, many would argue that their scenes are so brief we shouldn't really count them. Oh well.
You serious?
reason that the Bechdel test simply doesn't work is because it assumes that all little boys will grow up to be rapists if test does not pass on every single movie that they watch. And it's fucking bullshit. It's stupid, it doesn't work, and it's fucking shit. And it should never be applied to anything that is aimed at a young male demographic, because it simply won't fucking work.
But now back to Leia in the original trilogy, and when it comes down to it, she wasn't the hero of the films.
Yes, she was. She was one of the heroes of the film, and helped end the galactic conflict, you fucking retard.
Luke was. Leia is eventually unveiled to be Luke's sister, who also could have been a Jedi herself given she was trained, but we never got to see that. I wonder if Leia will be a Jedi in episode 7.
Nope, she was replaced by a bland idiot that was only thrown in to please the feminazis. You're welcome, by the way.
I hear Carrie Fisher is getting back into shape for the role.
To say 5 lines and not advance the plot.
And for those who are thinking she's far too old, just look at Sylvester Stallone. He's in his 60s and he's still kicking ass, so I don't see why Fisher can't at a measly 56.
Measly 50s? Is this guy listening to himself? What the fuck?
But of course, episode 7 will most likely have a younger protagonist, and I would just love it if Star Wars had a female one.
It seems they answered your call. You're welcome. Fuck you.
I think girls need to be reminded that they aren't just conquests for men.
I think humans need to be reminded their main purpose on this planet, to reproduce and pass on their genes. I think we need to reevaluate the purpose of films, to entertain and to tell an interesting story. The purpose of film is to not teach a lesson. Well, in most films, they're just to tell a story and have fun along the way. Why can't this fucking get put through your fucking heads? Oh my god.
That they aren't just side characters that need saving. Girls need heroes just as much as guys do, and I think a lot of guys out there would love to see a female protagonist.
Leia, they have Leia. Leia is a hero of the film. She's a main protagonist. Oh my god, will this feminazi ever shut up?
Simply for a refreshing change of pace. I want to see an episode 7 that passes the Bechdel test, and I don't see why it couldn't.
I do. There's a big chance that perhaps they don't fucking care about the Bechdel test. That doesn't even fucking matter. I don't know. Ever thought that maybe it didn't pass the Bechdel test because when George Lucas made the film, the Bechdel test didn't even fucking exist? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it's a pretty big factor. Now that Disney owns the rights, I'm pretty sure they'll try to look like they're politically correct, or whatever the fuck that means. So they will probably try to pander to the feminazis by adding some lame, bland character that is only thrown in there because she has boobs. Wait, the Bechdel test is ruining films. Oh my god.
The Star Wars universe is full of great female characters. The video games especially, with characters like Bastila from Knights of the Old Republic,
which according to Disney is now non-canon. Fucking hell.
or Juno Eclipse from The Force Unleashed. So as for episodes 4 through 6, again, a lack of female characters isn't really a detriment to the films.
You're right, it isn't. Which still makes me wonder why you even put it on the list. Why didn't you attack things that, deserve to be attacked? I mean, your list is so fucking flawed. Oh my god.
But now we're getting to the reasons that really do take a toll.
Your lack of common sense, for one. Overall, I don't think this guy's that bad, and I believe he can be educated. Well, at least he's not as bad as I hate everything.
It's to me that Tumblr has seemingly helped warp the perception of what a feminist is supposed to represent. Quite frankly, if you don't consider yourself a feminist, then you're a bigoted asshole.
What in the actual fuck is wrong with you?
If you don't advocate for the equality of the sexes, then you're part of the problem.
Because fewer and fewer people call themselves feminists these days because more and more people understand that feminism is a toxic, manipulative, and downright cunty movement.
Because that's all that being a feminist means. It's not about hating men. or complaining that a can of horse meat.
Gee, that sounds great. Tell me about how feminism is fighting for equality between the genders when it comes to prison sentences, male sexual assault, male parental rights, male genital mutilation, and male domestic abuse.
Has the word man on it? Are you kidding me with this shit? If anything negative comes to your mind when you hear the phrase feminism, I'm afraid you've been contorted by a small vocal minority of extremists. And
Because it's pretty fucking easy to see that while feminism claims to be about equality between the genders, it is in reality about female superiority. That is why people are hesitant to identify as feminists.
Thanks for watching.